Gemini, once more happy birthday to you. Welcome to your Celtic cross reading. What's up? What's going on? Like always, take it resonates, leave it does not. And if there's more than one energy clearly apparent to you on this board today, reverse those energies as you see fit. But do keep in mind this is about your collective energy. Yeah, not a them or they. And there's always a them, they, or circumstance. I understand. But it's more like how we're reacting to it, what we're doing with it, our reasoning, our feeling, that kind of thing. Again, the focus is on your collective. What's going on, please? Show me Gemini, show me Gemini, show me Gemini. Show me Gemini, please. What's going on? Show me Gemini, show me Gemini, show me Gemini. Show me Gemini, please. What's going on? I don't know why. I just it's so funny. I just saw a flash of a precious stone, green. It looks emerald to me in terms of that high emerald quality, clarity, green, like you can't mistake it. Okay, like green, as in Wizard of Oz, green. Emerald City, green. That may or may not have any relevance towards you. I don't think it's another green stone, but I mean, it could be. I was about ready to say there might be some aventurine in there, which is the stone associated with Taurus. So for some of you, how about that? Your good luck stone, money stone, prosperity stone, something like that. I don't know why I saw that right now. Yeah, but no, jade, aventurine, typically these are all green, but I believe I saw emerald, but something that represents wealth or prosperity, even if it's not. Okay. Your particular touchstone, talisman, good luck rock. Oh, honey, we all have a couple, or at least, I mean, I do. What's going on? Show me. Show me Gemini, please. Show me Gemini. Show me Gemini. Good luck. Prosperity, health, wealth. Good stuff, you know? What's going on? I felt, why did I just felt a little bit of excitement there. What is that about? What is going on? Very curious. Queen of Pentacles, crossing, Two of Swords. Hovering, Five of Cups. Past, Four of Swords. Queen of Cups, exiting influence. Heart space that used to touch you is not there anymore. Before you, Knight of Pentacles, moving it forward no matter how slowly. Strengths, Nine of Cups. Environment, Seven of Pentacles. Hopes and fears, the Fool. Outcome, Ten of Wands. It's hard for you. It's hard for you. I see you want to pick up and move on with your life. And you're doing your best to try to keep it quiet to yourself. Kind of respect and honor your space as much as you can give yourself at this time. Spend some quality time with you. Get back in touch with you. Know your self-worth. And part of your self-worth is knowing when you need to stop and take care of yourself. See to thy own needs. I don't know if there's someone in there with you sharing that environment. I just know that you're kind of doing your best to turn down the volume here and there. Some quiet spaces just for you. Two of Swords, something's on your mind. And it's looking like you're trying to work your way through it. You're not fully rejecting it. But you have a lot of question marks within you that you need solitude to kind of understand. Okay? I want you to get in touch with those quiet spaces. You need them. Five of Cups, you're still dealing with a loss. A loss of the heart in some way, echoes of the past that still affect you to this day. There are cups spilt. It can represent loss, regret, sadness, remorse, any of those things, all those things. But it typically says these are spilled cups of the past that are still with you present day. It's affecting you. Okay, another reason why you kind of maybe need to take a break. Because I see your efforts to rest in the past with the Four Swords, but it hasn't completely taken effect. In other words, this one hit pretty hard, whatever this is. The Four Swords in the past suggest that you tried to rest on the subject, you tried to heal on it. It either A, hasn't had enough time to take effect, or B, you still have more work to do, or C, it's a combination of those two things. Okay, we'll get there. Queen of Cups on the exit. Yep, not my favorite. Excuse me. Someone's heart space, I don't think it's yours. It feels like something outside of you is on the exit. Someone's heart space whom you cannot make stay. Okay? We'll get to that. Knight of Pentacles, slowly but surely trying to pull yourself forward. Strengths, 9 of Cups. You want to be happy, and that's good. You understand that you should desire positive wish fulfillment for yourself. 9 of Cups is wish fulfillment based on the premise that you understand that you love yourself enough to give you what your heart's desire. Excuse me. It's going to be like that. We finally had some humidity clear up, and but nevertheless, the cords, they wear down very easily for me. No, it's not normal for most readers. I'm not most readers. Or would I be? No. I've always had a temperamental throat since childhood. It's always been like that, you know. Anyway, at 9 of Cups. Good. I'm glad it's your strengths. You will need this. Your environment, 7 of Pentacles, it's a ho-hum, right? 7 of Pentacles, it's not too demanding, but nothing changes. You look around and it feels like nothing's changed. It's day in, day out. It doesn't seem to get better. It doesn't seem to get worse. It's at a functionary state, but that doesn't mean it's good. Or maybe it is just where you want it. Sometimes that 7 of Pentacles surprises me when I clarify it and it's actually quite successful. They're like, it's good. I don't need any more growth. Let's just maintain. So that could be it as well. Perhaps you're just in a comfort spot with your environment right now and you don't need it to change. Or it's that low level, nothing has changed kind of vibe. We'll see which one's yours. The Fool's in your hopes and fears. To open up, you would hope for this. You also fear it simultaneously. We'll see why. Outcome, 10 of Wands. Things are heavy. Things are heavy for you. What's going on? Let's take a look at that Queen of Pentacles, please. I don't know why I felt my heart rate pick up when I started shuffling for you. I don't know why I got excited there. Let's clarify. Because I'll sit down and I won't have any particular impressions one way or the other, but when I start to feel excited, there's usually something behind that. Let's see that Queen of Pentacles. Show me that Queen of Pentacles. Show me that Queen of Pentacles, please. King of Wands, 6 of Cups, the King of Cups. There it is again. There's that heart space. Sharing it with somebody. We reflect upon them. Memories. Sweet. It pulled you out of your comfort zone. King of Wands made you feel excited, passionate, turned on. Driven. King of Cups. 2 heads of state that equally shared this union. Precious connection. Soul bond. Someone whom we know. Special. Unique. That's the key word there with that 6 of Cups. It may not be romantic in nature, but it's the idea that we leave a particular imprint on each other, you and I. It's not necessarily spoken with words. It's felt. It's an undercurrent that's ever present. And it sat comfortably between these 2 heads of state. You reflect upon this. Queen of Pentacles. From your home. That's what I'm saying. You need the space for this. Yeah, you need the space to contemplate this, particularly as it relates to your self-worth. This connection. Is it a reflection of your self-worth? Because it feels like it is. Was it good for you, in other words? It seems to have loved you. And you seem to have a very strong feeling for it. It feels like it was worthy of you. Matching energies. That kind of ease of knowing that special somebody. 2 of Swords, you contemplate it. You have no definite conclusions of it. But you think about it, you need the space for it, apparently. Let's see that Two of Swords, please. Show me that Two of Swords, show me that Two of Swords. It looks like it's a good measure. It feels like it is. It feels loving and supportive. Two of Swords, show me that. Let's see that Two of Swords, please. No definite answers, but you do want to understand some things. There's that Four of Swords again. Yeah, no, there's the admission. You've been trying to heal over this strength, the world. You've been trying to accept the ending. You've been trying to accept the ending. It's been hard for you to accept the ending. There's a cycle here. Four of Swords strength. It's not been easy for you to heal this at all, and you don't understand why. You mean you lost a precious connection to you that made you feel comfortable, worthy, and loving? And you're wondering why you're struggling to get over it? That's how you know it meant something to you. If it was a basic connection you could give or take, it would not have affected you as such. Yeah, endings are going to take a minute. It takes strength. You said it takes strength specifically to accept this. So part of your mind then, with the Two Swords on the sideways, has been rejecting this ending. And you have to push back on that and kind of get yourself to accept it. Hold on before you jump to the keyboard and tell me what happened. Give me a minute. I'm going to process this with you. Five of Cups. There's a question here if I didn't know how to heal it, or where did I mess up, or where did I screw up. I don't know that that's it. I'm not saying that you're responsible. I'm saying there's question marks here about the ending, struggling to accept it. And then you go back to the question, why do I have to accept it? How did that ending happen? Where did I miss this? Where's that question coming from? Was it preventable? Or am I just in a position now of having to accept it as is, such as a car being sold as is, accepting this ending as is? You struggle with it. You're torn between accepting it as is and still questioning how it went down, and was there any room for prevention or... Five of Cups, and of course there's sadness here. Of course there is. Oh, of course there's sadness, darling. Of course there is. Page of Wands, Page of Cups, the Ace of Swords. There's so much I didn't say. I didn't know how to say it, but I had something to say. So the Ace of Swords is so much larger than the pages. And, you know, the pages have their part. Don't get me wrong. They can actually lend to or take away, just like anything in tarot. It just depends on how we use it. Page of Wands, a little bit of investment in terms of opening up, being curious, nerve. Page of Cups, the smallest form of investment from the emotional space. With a little bit of nerve, with a little bit of emotional investment, there was a truth in here. An Ace of Swords. That truth didn't come through. One way or the other, the truth did not come through. We're still haunted by this, so the Five of Cups is haunting in this respect. You know. And it's on the influencing, which means it's with you a little bit every day. I'm not saying that you're getting lost to it every day. I'm not saying that you're having crying fits every day, and even if you did, that's okay. Look at me. It's okay. It's okay to cry. You know, one of the best songs I've ever heard in my life, and it still gives me inspiration to this day, is Thank You by Alanis Morissette. It's one of those songs that really, truly, and I mean unequivocally validates the human experience. Complete, utter denial and rejection of the truth, and then the blissful acceptance of it. And some key lyrics in there. How about grieving it all at one time? Or I think it's... Oh, I probably screwed it up. Grieving it all at one time or one at a time. I'm sorry. That's what I'm trying to say. Hey, Christina, I'm so bad. I can't believe I remembered that much. Anyway, how about grieving it all one at a time? And sometimes you can grieve things in pieces. Sometimes it's not the whole cup, the whole thing at once. Sometimes it's just pieces, and that's enough. Sometimes you grieve in pieces over days or weeks or months. Okay? Some people have that blessed ability to grieve all at one time and just knock it out and knock it out and knock it out. Everybody's different. But eventually, if you work through it and you allow it to come up, you examine the feelings, you examine the thoughts, you will work through it, and you'll be glad that you did. And then you can have your version of thank you. You know. So here I'm seeing haunting of those little pages that perhaps that were not invested in, but they were bearing a sizable truth with the Ace of Swords. Of what was said and not said and done and not done. And it didn't seem to take much at the time, but... And now it meant everything. Ace of Swords. It's cutting words. Cutting truths. Reciprocity. Or non-reciprocity. The point is, it hurts. It hurts. It hurts to have a truth that you feel you cannot share or express. And we weren't able to at the time, and that kind of haunts us, or we feel we couldn't at the time, and it haunts us. I know. Let's take a look at that Four Swords. Let's see that Four Swords, please. I know you've been trying to heal through this. I see it. Ace of Wands. The Nine of Cups. Three of Swords. Through meditation and insight and healing and understanding, we understand how much we wanted this. Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups, Three of Swords. And it's the kind of want that we rested upon this in the Four Swords in the past. It's one of the reasons why you've been struggling to accept the ending, is because it was through the Four Swords process, which is natural, that you learned how much you wanted this. Personally, Nine of Cups is here twice. Ace of Wands and the Three of Swords. It wasn't until the rejection happened that we understood how much we felt inclined towards this naturally, easily, the way these things should be. When we understand, after the fact, how much we feel we're part of something. Okay. And that was through much insight and reflection. Sometimes it feels like you have to take 2 steps back in order to make any progress. I know. That's why a lot of people avoid healing. And you could still avoid healing if you wanted to. I just don't think that's what you want to do. Yes, that's real and authentic. Ace of Wands, Nine of Cups. This personally means something to me. This personally inspires me. This personally sheds light onto my life. It makes me see things. It makes me feel things. I want to be part of that. And the Three of Swords, we didn't understand how much that fit us until we were forced to contemplate and try to heal on it. Okay. Again, not making accusations or pointing things out. It's just a lot of insight. Okay. A lot of insight, which again, you could have rejected. Let's see that Queen of Cups, please. Let's see that Queen of Cups. Show me that Queen of Cups. Nine of Pentacles, Eight of Wands, the King of Swords. Whomever is exiting, they say that they're an independent person and they speak freely of their own accord. Eight of Wands and the King of Swords. They also say they take responsibility for anything that they say or do. It feels like that person's love is exiting. Okay. And whatever it is they represent, independence, strength of words, strength of mind, conviction, and heart. They have a pretty sharp personality profile. They might have had equally sharp words here with the King of Swords and Eight of Wands. But as far as I can tell, it was honest. Okay. As far as, like I said, this person says, I take responsibility for what I say and I don't take it back. That kind of thing. But it came from the heart, if it helps. Queen of Cups. So if they said, I love you, then they meant it. Okay? That was as much as truth as anything else that you experienced with them. I want you to take that with you. Okay? They were honest about their feelings as much as their words as anything else. But I do know this, they loved you. I know there was harshness in there. I just know that they loved you too. They say they know themselves. That was as much as true as anything else. Let's jump over to that Knight of Pentacles, please. It's not like their love for you is over, but it doesn't seem to choose to be a presence in your life, at least not right now. Okay? Someone being there present in the 3D versus their feelings are two different things. Sometimes you have to pack up what you feel and move on if for one reason or another it's not connecting the way it needs to. What went down between you two, I don't know. You made it very clear that you've been struggling to deal with the ending of this. And is it really all said and done? Let's find out. Let's see that Knight of Pentacles, please. You two were in each other's lives for a reason, honey. You have to have trust in that. You have to have faith in that. Okay. Had it been like a Three of Pentacles that was briefly exciting, I wouldn't be seeing all this stuff. No. You two were meant to make an impression on each other for a reason. You have to have faith in that. You do. Knights of Pentacles. Show me that Knight of Pentacles. Show me that Knight of Pentacles. Seven of Swords, Ten of Cups, the Knights of Swords. Even though you keep yourself busy, and you do, and you seem to have some sort of Ten of Cups structure in your life, and you do, you don't seem to be into it right now. You are moving at a particular pace. And you do have emotional support systems around you, no doubt. Family and friends that care about you. But you're like, can't feel it. Seven of Swords. You're like, thank you. It's not that you disrespect the love that's in your life or that surrounds you or cares about you. You're saying it's not what I'm looking for right now. And it's not. Again, it's no disrespect to what you have in place. I have no doubt, again, that it cares about you and loves you. Okay. You're saying this is not the love I'm looking for. This is not the feeling I'm looking for. But I still see you knowing when and where and how to take action. But your heart's not into it. You seem to be a person who moves quite a bit. You're never resting in one position too long. It's at your own pace. You know this. You designed it. But when it comes to your harmony, you don't really want to be part of it right now. You don't feel harmonized with others, so I see you choosing to self-isolate a little bit. Okay? A little bit, excuse me. Let's move over to that Nine of Cups, please. I need to see your strengths, honey. Let's see that Nine of Cups. Show me that Nine of Cups. Here's that Three of Swords again. Ten of Wands. Two of Pentacles. You're really starting to question what makes me happy because now you're not so sure anymore. because you have new intel. That's why. I mean, you do have new intel. When you took this to table, or you took this to bed, or took this to rest, and you contemplated on it, you understood how much this meant to you personally. And now that you have that new information, because you were so powerful as to allow that to influence you as the truth, and you did, you have new data to work with that confuses you. It's like, do I even know me now? Three of Swords, all I can feel is the rejection, because I have new information about what personally makes me happy and puts me in touch with loving myself. And now that it's not here, it hurts. Do I even know what personal happiness is now? 10 of Wands, 2 of Pentacles. This is something that you struggle with now. I don't think this always used to be the case, clearly. I think you probably had until recently, a very different definition of what 9 of Cups was for you and wish fulfillment. But now you're saying you can't assume that's true anymore for you. You're saying you've changed so much. And how a dynamic touched you so personally, now that it's gone, you question yourself. Specifically how you love yourself, and what does that mean? It's like you're saying, I don't even know me anymore. Now you see your environment. Let's see that 7 of Pentacles, please. Let's see that 7 of Pentacles, please. 27 minutes in. I'm already contemplating about redoing this one. Very different feeling from when I sat down for you. I need to see a Gemini start making choices. Or I'm going to start making choices. Just to give you a heads up. The only time I scratch readings is not for happy endings. I don't do that crap. It's because I respect my viewers' time. I need to see a willingness to have new insight, change, something to move it forward. It's not enough to say, well, this is where you are, and I guess nothing's changing. I have to see something, a feature, something that suggests the person I'm looking at has a willingness to have insight, flexibility, openness, change. Okay? Otherwise, it's really hard for me to justify my time or my viewers' time. And it costs me time to redo these guys. Okay? If it's worth it to me, then it's worth it to me. So I'll do it. The Sun. 6 of Wands. The 8 of Swords. Your way of life and your environment, you're saying you can't see yourself connected to it in terms of happiness in your current environment. Okay. It's been a long time since you felt connected to it in terms of happiness, the Sun, and confidence, 6 of Wands, 8 of Swords. You can't see it, you can't tap into it, you can't tune into it. Nothing has changed in your environment as far as I can tell, 7 of Pentacles, but you haven't been able to access that warmth or feeling of desire for it in a long time. Again, we need to keep it moving on. So far, I'm seeing a lot of no change. Okay? You started with the admission of I've been doing work. I believe you. I need to see evidence that you're living through that work now. Okay? I want that for you. Let's see the Fool, please, and your hopes and fears. Show me that Fool, please. Page of Cups, the Lovers. I knew it. King of Wands. I knew it. I knew it was you. I know what you want. You know what you want too. That's why you're showing me preoccupation. That's why you're showing me distractedness. This is why you're showing me self-isolation. This is why you're showing me I'm here but not here. I have this, but I don't want it. I can't feel it. I can't access it because it's not what I want. What do you want, Gemini? You know what you want. It's been there this whole time. You've been looking at it this whole time. Okay. It's, that soul bond is a little bit more than a soul bond. Okay. But you knew that. You opened up straight away with the heart of your reading at the Queen of Pentacles. You feel it, that this was worthy of you. It was more than worthy of you. It was on point that it was scary. It was so scary how on point that connection was. Right? That's why you've been struggling and trying to force yourself to accept the ending. When you went to heal, you came out the other side. Shit, I had to take 2 steps back and understood how much I wanted this individually. Yeah. Now that the connection's not here and you can't feel its ease anymore, what you're left with is a one-sided, holy crap, this is how much this has affected me, right? Okay, I got you. It's not a judgment. I got it. All I'm doing is confirming what you experienced. You're not insane. You're not crazy. I know what you went through. I do. I do. And that's the thing that surprises people about healing, is how much you have to take steps back in order to move forward. And I think that's where you become disenchanted with the whole healing experience, because it just gives you more questions than answers. Am I right? That's why a lot of people opt out of healing. The real shit. They realize how much they themselves were in it. And it wasn't just them. It's another reason I like that song, Thank You, by Alanis Morissette. How good it feels to finally forgive you and stop blaming you for everything. I understand my role in it now. Right? That's real healing. You're there. You're getting there. But then you come across that barrier about how much this meant to you. And for some reason or another, you didn't expect it to, but it did. I see their exit. I know they parted ways with you, insisting that they loved you even while they were harsh. I know. And you have a truth in you too. You still struggle with it. I didn't get to say what I wanted to say. And that's where your healing falters. Because there's part of you that was left undone by this, but you also didn't know how much it meant to you until after it was gone. That's gonna be enough to fuck with anybody. Okay. So what do you do about it? You look around in your environment, nothing pleases you. Nothing hits you the way it used to. You don't feel the joy, you can't taste the food. You can't drink your wine, you can't drink your coffee. You can't take the pleasure in things like you used to. What do you do? Well, unlike most people I'm going to look at who have similar problems, you actually have an option. You could either lean into your hopes, or you can lean into your fears. But you do have an option, and that's what I was looking for, and that was the difference between me keeping this reading and not. Tarot is the proof of choice, not the absence of it. You have options. What you do with it is up to you, but now I'm keeping this reading. Because your spirit is much stronger than the crap and the fears that bind your mind. Okay? There's that King of Wands, right here. That connection, 6 of Cups, King of Wands, the Lovers, Page of Cups, that page that never got to express himself or his truth, or her truth. That's been the source of haunting you ever since. You can either open up towards that, no matter what they said to you upon parting words, bypass it and say, I gotta be the fool's gotta be the fool. I've got one last thing to say. If nothing else for me, if not for you, but for me, because it's actually true. You do have something in you that you want to say. It's there this whole time. It hovers around you like a cloud. They express what they expressed with honest heart and strength of mind and conviction. You can too. Nothing may come of it, but that's what you have to be leaning into in terms of faith and hope. Or you won't. And you can see it as fear. I'll just be foolish if I do this. Ask yourself, were they foolish with you? Did they have foolish words? Did they have a foolish confession that took strength of heart to say it? If you two are as deeply connected as I believe you are, you already A, know the answer to that, and then B, you know what you have to do. I trust this. I don't trust this part of you that feels shut down and uncertain and questioning yourself to death. You've made strides, you have made inroads in healing, but I don't think you understood how many steps you'd have to take backwards in order to do it. Your environment displeases you. You can't taste it or touch it the way you used to. And that includes your own personal sense of pleasure. So do something about it. Okay. It's at this point, and I probably should have earlier, just FYI to my cross watchers. This is where we need to be very careful with our commentary. I am protective of all my collectives. I do the real shit. My job is to help people. This is not the time to pile on, is my point. I'm already expecting a collective backlash as it is. That's fine. I don't care. So long as the truth without, I don't care. Okay? Although I don't think you're a Gemini dominant. It may be rising. But I don't know, I don't see my standard Gemini stamp in here today. I know my Gemini stamp. And there's your power card. But I'm not saying it is you. I didn't even cross my mind to interpret that that was the connection. Straight away. You opened with it. It's right there too. Your sense of King of Wands towards this, that is you, has not changed. While you reflect upon it as the Queen of Pentacles, this was a good reflection of me, I know it. It might have driven you crazy. It might have been a redonkulous sense of passion. That King of Wands get turns on for a lover. Oh my God. It might seem like that's what it's about, but it was so much more than that, wasn't it? Much deeper than that. Anyway, Ten of Wands. Let's see that Ten of Wands, please. I don't see reasons why, honey. All I see is the fallout as to how it haunts you to this day, specifically the truth. But if it helps you, that's a newly developed truth. You didn't understand what your truth was until you started resting on it. So to your credit, to fairness, I think that's why you've been having such a hard time accepting the ending of this. And you still question if there was more yet to be done to have prevented it. Thing is, how could you have known that until after it cycled? You didn't know how much it affected you up until that point. So there's that. Okay? If that helps you. Ten of Wands. Ten of Swords. Judgment. Three of Wands. Wow. When you have kind of finally weighed in on the gravity of this and the weight that you carry, when you're ready to come to terms with it, to be at peace with it, allow the heaviness to stop. Actually, a Ten of Swords is trying to kill the heaviness that you carry with you every day. If you can believe that. Pain's trying to knock out pain. In a way, it makes sense. I think I understand what you're saying. I think I get it. It goes back to, so my heritage is very German, extremely German, Irish and Scandinavian. Hell of a combination. But the German's very much 100% on my father's side. And he grew up in the language of the household, could speak German, the culture, the food, everything. And I can't remember the phrasing. In German, so if I have any German speakers out there, your native language, you might know this phrase. I honestly cannot remember the equivalency. And just in English, it would roughly be translated into, well, if I break your finger, you'll forget you have a broken nose. I know, it seems ass backwards. But I grew up hearing that. You know, so I was raised by my dad, was a single father, and he didn't have much of a background for mothering skills, right? So he, you know, well, this is how my parents handled it for me. I was a boy. So it was like, yeah, that bruised knee may hurt, but, you know, you could have had a broken arm. In other words, one pain will help you remember about how the other one was so small and insignificant. So, it's like in the greater scheme of things, be glad it was a bruise or a scratch. It could have been so much worse. And that's can be overly tough, and that can harden somebody. But the idea is, it's like with that Ten of Swords here, when there comes a point where you get so tired of carrying the weight and the pressure of this truth on your back, when you get so tired of it, when you're finally ready to put that to rest, you might get in a position then of accepting the ending, but also understanding that you have choices. Judgment here with the Three of Wands. That you will make a decision that's right for you in time. Okay? But you're going to have to get so exhausted, apparently, for the Gemini I'm looking at, with bearing a truth and holding it, carrying it. When you're finally ready to put that down and get some relief, you can accept that sweet ending, or sweet sorrowful ending, I should say, the Ten of Swords there. And then you can start working with decisions. Okay. I don't want you to beat yourself up anymore. There'll come a time, though, when you're really ready to be done with the weight of this, that you'll start seeing other things for yourself, a judgment call specifically. And what to do with that. I have to tell you, there's something in here I'm not fully seeing today. Not just the ending and why this ended. I'm not saying that. I'm sure there's a backstory here. I'm not doing it. No. I'm more interested in jumping right into where you are and where you could be. There's something in here I'm not seeing. Not that. There's a call here. A call to judgment. It's truth. Okay. In case it's been a while, probably is. A lot of people don't have the reference point for the angels in tarot. So there's lots of angels in tarot. A lot. And they all convey that kind of, this is the importance of it. So this is the Archangel Gabriel, okay, who holds the trumpet of truth, sounding. When you hear the trumpet, oh boy, that's the undisputable truth hitting you, okay? So that's where we have the judgment call, answering it, hearing it, feeling it, call to arms, action, decision, lessons. Okay, truth be told, truth will out. Here we have a very strong sense of that today, particularly back here where that truth was denied and it kind of haunts us. Okay. There will be time for truth bearing, but it's also under decision or judgment, one's lesson to speak of. I don't know when that will be for you. But a part of you, even now as we speak, looks forward to that day, even if you can't define it. You know it'll be your time. In time. But only when you're ready to put down the heaviness and what it has cost you to carry it. The weight of unspoken truths adds up. I don't want you to have to break your thumb in order to relieve your broken nose. But if you're stubborn, or you've never had to take healing to this level before, yeah. It might take a while for you to get familiar with your trumpet, your truth. Okay. Yeah, I'm keeping this one. This one had a lot of spiritual notes in it right towards the end there, when we got past the confusing of the day-to-day realities and why we feel so detached from it. And like I said, we've addressed all that, guys, especially in healing, when you don't understand how much something hits you until after the fact and how much deeply you were part of it and how much it spoke, all that stuff. You're going to take several steps back, I promise you. And that's where I'm seeing the lead up to the exhaustion, and I can't carry this anymore. I have to say I don't like your environment because I don't like the way that you don't like your environment. Especially if you can't take comfort in that which surrounds you. You're there, you're part of it, you keep yourself busy. I mean, you feel detached. I want you, when you're ready to taste things again, I want you to taste things again. When it's time to feel things, I want you to feel things again. When it's time to look forward to something, I want you to look forward to things again. Let that be your end goal. Okay. Mindful, groupthink. There's too many. This just, you're factoring in way too many things. I need you to continue to reduce it down and make it. Oh, I bet you're surrounded by people. Did you, Gemini? Don't be thinking this. You don't need to be doing that. Just do this, do that. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's the overall consensus, and I know that they mean to be helpful, but this is a deeply individual experience. It needs to ride out the way it needs to ride out. Once you open the floodgates, you can't just close them back up real quick. I know it'd be super convenient, but if you want to do the real work and therefore get the real results, you keep on. No matter how uncomfortable it gets, I promise you it's worth it. You'll be singing thank you before you know it. Okay? The mindful. Be mindful of the group thing. You know, the group think, guys, it has its advantages. It also has its disadvantages. Okay? You know, number 40. Number 58, the vanishing mirror, ego sublimation. Yeah, you're learning. You're rewriting your own particular script, particularly how you view yourself or see yourself, because your dynamic has changed. It was supposed to. If nothing else, this connection forced you to see yourself as you are, but in the way that you're supposed to. I don't know how else to put that. The lost compass, getting back to integrity. I know. See, it's pointing you back to your true self. I'm not saying this is your forever person. What I'm saying is this connection served a purpose, base value. It's putting you in touch with you. You have my word on this. It's just really uncomfortable. Transformation is not peaceful. It's ugly. It's violent. Do you have any idea what the caterpillar has to go through before it becomes a butterfly? It literally becomes liquid before it becomes a solid state again. There's nothing about it that's fun, beautiful, or pleasant. The end result is. But first we start with these ugly little grubby things. Then we suspend ourselves, put ourselves in a cocoon thing. We liquidate ourselves, literally to get rebuilt into a solid figure. Nothing about that is fun, or beautiful, or pleasant. But we see the end result and the freedom it offers. And that's why some of us who really want to do it will. Our idealized, beautiful, free selves are there at the end. Okay, that's enough of that. Oh my. Yeah, there's something in here. I can't put my finger on it, but it's here. It's here. This is not karmic. That's the opposite of karmic. This is also the opposite of karmic. Okay? It's the one and the same. There's something here that represents a contract. I can't see it. I didn't have literally any reference point to point to it and say, is that the problem? Is that why we didn't choose this? Is that why we didn't connect to it fully and completely? For some of you, and it may not be a partner or spouse, but in that sense of I'm contracted to this until it's complete, or I feel that it's complete. Okay? Decisions. Crossroads. There's a way to something else in here I cannot see. I admitted that freely. The offer of Venus. The person whom we would deeply connect to. The seeds of spring. Last spring, I think. I don't think the one we just exited. I mean, a year ago. The seeds were planted last spring. Big success. Be open to receive. If you're open to receive, to open your hand to take that risk. It could be a big success. That's enough. Gemini, honey. Yours is over 15 minutes. It was worth it to me. And for a second there, it wasn't. This one was. It's about development. More than that. So much more than that. I hope this helped you. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.